Hey, what's going on, guys? It's your boy Ziggy from Show Origins. In this video for Dragon Ball Heroes, I want to get into deck building and things you should look for in a card, depending on what type of play style you want to play. And I also want to go over like the UI of a card so you understand, a card's abilities and its power and things like that. So we're gonna use Braddock Xeno, one of my newer cards that I am floored with this card. I love this card. It has a great ability. It's also, I believe it is one of the rarest cards in the game to get. In my opinion, one of the best cards in the game to get. Now, let's explain a couple of things, right? So, as we know, actually, you know what? So I can go in better detail. In this game, there are 4 types of cards. There is a hero, elite, berserk, and special. Now, hero cards are basically the balance, the typical balance cards. They do good damage. Their moves don't take a lot of stamina, so you probably have them out there for maybe 1 or 2 battle phases. They're really solid cards. Not to say like they're like one of like they're never there's no great hero cards. There's amazing hero cards, but definitely hero cards are maybe middle line. You may want to have maybe 1 or 2 of them in your deck. Then you have elite cards. Elite cards are key based cards. They do key based attack. And elite cards are very good at draining your enemy's stamina, which is very important because you drain your enemy's stamina, then you're able to stun them. That is very, very important if you really want to get immense damage or you want to take down your enemy's guard down. Elite cards are very good. Now, I do want to point out there's not like a certain amount of hero cards you should have in your deck, or a certain amount of elite cards you should have in your deck, or a certain amount of berserk cards. Even though you should have a good variation of them, there's no it's really dependent on your playstyle. Then you have a berserker. These are like the really offensive heavy type cards. Now, because they're very offensive heavy type cards, they do require, like, they do drain your stamina quicker, so you're not gonna have them out there for like multiple battle phases. So make sure to take note of that. So when it comes to berserkers. And then you have special cards. Now, special cards, you can only have one. You can only have one of them in your deck, and you can only use their abilities once or twice. I haven't seen anything higher than 2. They're really good cards too. I don't know how important it is to have them in your deck. I guess it depends on what the special card does, if it really works well with your deck or something you're trying to do. But I think I have like 2 of them. Let me see. I have 3 of them. Actually, I just got this card, so I need to test them out. So, but like, for example, right, you only able to have 1 special card. Now, I don't understand when it says prevent enemy attacks, because I used this card before and it didn't prevent any enemy attacks. I think that's a typo. I don't think that should be there because they all say that, and I don't feel like they all do that. But she requires no stamina, and her effect is she greatly increases the charge impact speed for all enemies. That is very good. Now, it's not permanent, so you might want to use it. The fact that you could choose when you want to use it is very good. So like, say if you're like, all right, I want to get, if you have a special attack ready and you want to put your opponent at disadvantage when it comes to the charge impact, then you could whip her out. That could be very good. But when it says prevent enemy attacks, they all say that, and I don't believe it does that. I believe that's a typo. Hopefully they patch that, or maybe I'm doing something wrong. All right, so we talked about the battle types. Now here are the rarities, right? There's a 1-star, there's a 2-star, there's 3 stars, and then there's 4 stars. Now there's a promotional card, like this fearsome Great Ape Vegeta. They're not. I don't know if they're good or bad. I don't have any event cards, but 4-star cards. I do want to say there's 2 different type of 4-star cards. Well, I need a. Actually, you know what? How many promotional cards I have? Are these the promotional cards, right? They have the P on them. Now, these cards do have their uses. You can't tell if they're good or bad right away. So you're gonna have to you're gonna have to read them, see how they fit. Not that these cards are bad. Like, I am using a promotional card right here, Berserker, and that's because I'm using the fusion ability, and I'll get to the fusion ability in a little bit. This video might be pretty long. I do want to go into some good detail about abilities and things like that. So promotional cards could be really good. You definitely gonna have to search around and read them. Man, the I'm sorry, my fault, guys. I play so much Xbox, I'm not used to the layout of the Switch. It can be kind of annoying sometimes. There you go. And then you have event cards. I don't think I have event cards though. Okay, all right. So the Dragon Fists are event cards. These cards are also very good. These cards, honestly, in my opinion, probably synergize the best because a lot of them have the same ability. Like these are ES Dragon Fist cards, but also you're not able to do like you can if you put out this Vegito and this Gohan, right? They're both not gonna do their EX Dragon Fist, so you gotta also keep note of that. I don't believe this game doesn't let you do like 2 EX Dragon Fists in one battle phase. It looks like it's only one person can do it per round. I'm gonna have to test that out in full. Actually, I'm actually gonna do that after this video. But these could be very, very good cards. Like I was using this Go Tanks for a while because he does chance of greatly increasing damage dealt, and it's repeatable. That is insane. So you can have their uses for that. But going back to the 4-star cards, now there are 2 different type of 4-star cards. As you can see here, right? If you look at the emblem with the 4-star, this one is gold and like a burgundy red, and this is gold and black. That's because this Ultra Instinct Goku is a ultra rare. Like it's considered one of the best cards in the game, and you could tell because it has SEC in its card numbers, while this Goku does not. Right, this has UM1-SEC, and this one has UM1-59. They come from the same pack of decks, but this is like considered like the ultra rare card. Usually these cards, they're really, really good. They have really good attack or really good abilities. Like, for instance, this Fu has really good abilities. His attack and defense is not crazy high, but his abilities are really good. You definitely want to look at even this Golden Cooler. I love this Golden Cooler. It's one of my favorite cards in the game. So take note that when it comes to rarity, not to say that these 4 stars are bad or 3 stars are bad or 2 stars, 1 stars. When it comes to card games, anybody who's familiar with card games, every card can have their use if you use them in the way you want to use them. So not to say that you should have every single card in your deck should be 4 star. That's not gonna click very well, and it might be difficult to do certain things. So take note of that. So heading back into this, I want to talk about the layout, what certain things mean. So alright. So here you can see the battle type, you can see the rarity of the card, and then you can see the HP, which is 3,100. Now in this game, there's no individual health points. It's all accumulated together for your team. And then you have the power, which is basically the attack, 4,600. Then you have the guard, which is basically the defense. Now certain abilities, some cards could boost that. They can nerf that. They could be damage reduction, things like that. One thing I do want to point out that I do not like about this game is that in mid-battle, say if I do 2,000 plus power, I can't see the effect, right? I can't see how much power or how much guard my card has in mid battle. I think that's a big flaw when it comes to this game because it kind of does mess with you when making your deck because you don't know how great that support is affecting your game. And I think that's a huge flaw in the game, and I don't know why they do that. I don't know why it's like that. I really don't like that. So I just want to point that out. When you're in game, you cannot see, like if you're buffing your power, you cannot see how much you buffed your power in the game. I think that's really, really bad because it, in my opinion, does mess with the way you want to make your deck, especially when it comes to using support characters, because the point using support characters are going to do things like that. All right, so you have your power and your guard, and then you have your super attack. Now, Broddock's super attack requires 8 energy. Now, in this game is this thing called hero energy, and I'm gonna do another video with in gameplay, but that would make that's a whole nother video in general. But energy, you need hero energy to accumulate to do your super attack. Now, some characters could bypass that. This Broddock can, and I'll get that to an example in a second, but I do want to say when it comes to this game, your hero energy never goes away. I repeat, it never goes away unless an enemy's ability causes it to go away. Meaning that, like, say you're never in a position where you're like, oh man, I'm a charge my hero energy all the way to 8 and wait and not use it until I'm able to use my Broddock super attack. So I do keep that in mind when making a deck. So that's why it's foolish to make a deck around one character. I don't know if you'll be even be capable of making a deck around one card, but it'll be very foolish to make a deck around one card, because eventually you will be able to do your hero, your super attack, because the way the game is, that never goes away. It's forever. Once you accumulate that that hero energy, it never goes away, no matter how many super attacks you use. The only way it does go away is if a enemy's card does that. That's why I'm also pointing out it's important to have cards that will take away hero energy or stun your opponent so they can't do their super attacks. Now after that, you have a CAA ability. Almost every card I've seen has a CAA ability, and that's like the main. This Brolic is really good because this Brolic actually has two CAA abilities, but a CA ability, there are a ton of CA abilities. I'll go into it in a second. They're the special abilities, and as you can see, there is a lot. There's a ton of them. Every one of these do something different. Every one of these are very useful. So you might wanna look into what they do. I like to go mix it. One of my favorite ones are the fuse, because most characters that fuse, right? So I'll use this Khalifa as an example that's in my deck. When they fuse, their stamina gets recovered. To completely recover their when they fuse, right, after round 2, they're only able to fuse after round 2. They double their power level, and they completely recover their stamina every round. That is crazy good, because that allows you to have that fusion card out there for multiple battle phases while having need to pull it back because it may get stunned or not. That is crazy good. So you want to look at that, right? I'm using this right here because it's all in one thing, so it's easier. So CA ability, I'll even explain. Brolic has a transforming, sparking CA ability, so he kind of mixes 2 in 1. Because with this card, he starts off as regular Brolic, and then he transforms into Super Saiyan 3. There is a transforming ability in this game. Usually when you transform, a guard has a transforming card, it boosts their attack. But Brolic is really good because he mixes 2 CA ability. He mixes transforming and a sparking, which is also very good. Successfully transform to enter a sparking mode, which is another CA ability at the end of your attack phase. Successfully perform an action to deal critical damage. You're going to do this once, but because he transforms after round 2, he could permanently make super attacks available regardless of the energy requirement. So after round 2 and he transforms into a Super Saiyan 3, he can use his special attack whenever he wants. He does not need to wait for you to have your hero energy to be at a level 8, and he can do critical damage. That is very, very good. Now, and he does not, if you win like the power battle in the battle phase, I'll get into that when I go into like the inside gameplay stuff. You don't get stunned, and you boost your damage by 2,000. That is insanely good. This is insanely good. I recently got it. I've been working it into my deck. I love this card. It's become one of my favorite cards. But the reason I'm pointing this out, because CA abilities could really make a big effect on your card. And not only that, there are a ton of CAA abilities. So you definitely want to look into ones that really you feel like are really good for your deck. There's good ones, like I think God Kamehameha is a good one. I don't know which one is the best one. It works for you. But one I really like is like God Kamehameha, and I like the EX Burst. The EX cards that could do EX Burst could do a ton of damage. Like this Ultra Instinct Goku, which is an ultra rare card. He's a SEC. He does a ton of damage. Like this card, like I have a showcase video for him. I have done anywhere upward to 20k plus damage with this Ultra Instinct Goku. I have one-shotted rounds. Like the first round I use him, I get his SA ability by having a Trunk support card that allows me to do my super attack right from the jump. And he's able to one-shot opponents. That's how really good this card is, and that's why I like the effect of EX Burst. But really getting into that. And then some cards, a lot of cards. Now there's special abilities and then there's regular abilities. Now you will see that a lot of these SEC cards, they actually only have like, they have their CAA ability, and they'll have like one ability. And then you'll see cards that are just regular 4-star cards. I'll use this example, right? This Ultra Instinct Goku only has one. He has his CAA ability, but he only has one more ability. While you look at this Super Saiyan 4, This Super Saiyan 4 has his CAA abilities, but he also has two more abilities. He has two abilities. He has ability 1, ability 2, Unbridled Super Saiyan 4, and Menacing Super Saiyan 4. Now this Ultra Instinct Goku is far more rare than the Super Saiyan 4 Goku, but he does have more abilities, and abilities can really help a card. And the reason I'm bringing this up, because you shouldn't have like all SEC cards in your deck. That's not gonna work out for you. That's a bad idea. You want to have a mix, and you shouldn't even have all 4 stars in your deck. You definitely want to have a mix. And once again, the way your playstyle is going, you should depend on how you build your deck. Like me, I really want to start building a deck towards stunning enemies. I think stunning enemies is really good in this game. Is really beneficial to stunning enemies. So I'm slowly trying to get cards that puts me in position to constantly stun my enemy. And you can search abilities here: attack abilities, support abilities, link, abilities that just automatically happen. You don't really, there's not really any requirement. V abilities, worse in the universe. There's a lot of abilities here. Now I haven't tested, like I don't like Terror of the Mask. I don't know if I have any cards that fit that criteria. Let's see. No. As you can see up top, I only had 230 cards out of the 1,000 cards in the game. So, and also, it just takes you a while to really get the deck you want. My deck, I'm constantly changing things in and out. The only thing I'll tell you right now that's consistent in my deck is Golden Cooler, because Golden Cooler is one of the best cards in the game. That's the only thing that's been consistent. I've been changing things in and out all the time, and with Broddock being the recent card I put in. But you really want to pay attention to abilities. You definitely want to look around and read abilities. You're probably gonna have to summon a lot to really get your deck where you want it to be. So don't be too, don't get frustrated because you're like, oh man, the deck is not working out how I wanted to. You will be able to win your match against a CPU and just keep on summoning and really look for things you want. Like I said, like me, I'm constantly looking for cards that allow me to stun, because I think that's very effective in the game. Especially when I start to play online, I definitely want to be able to stun my enemy, because the charge impact can be very difficult sometimes to pull off. So look at that. They also do it by the set. You can look for the sets. Now you can also create cards, but you can't take that as online. So I haven't really messed with that. I really want to start building a deck where I could take online and really give you some online gameplay. But that's the general premise of what I want to go over when it comes to making a deck. And I do want to show you like 2 items that really work well together. I have one of the cards, and it's a Gogeta and a Xeno Cell. And the reason I'm gonna show you why, synergy can be very good. Alright, so we're gonna go. I don't have any tickets. I just recently summoned. We're gonna go to one of the better sets in the game, in my opinion, UAV1. And we're going to this Gogeta, right? Alright. Now look at Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta's ability. At the end of each round, if your own team took less than 5,000 damage, that round is permanent 3,000 own power and power level, and completely recover your stamina. That is good. You get 5,000 if you took if in the first round, and in any round, if I took less than 5,000 damage, right, I get permanently 3,000 to my power level and to my power and my power level. That is really good. Now I need to make sure I take less than 5,000 damage for a round. I'm looking for a card that has good defense where I'm not gonna take that much damage. So what do? I go, I believe he's in Cell Xeno. This is why these two can synchronize very well. During round 1 only, when attacked, prevent stamina damage and reduce damage from all normal attacks and super attacks that deal over 1,000 damage to 0. You see where I'm going with right here when it comes to synergy? This card, if you put this card out, you're not gonna take any damage over if the card does, you're not gonna take any damage over 1,000. And if you go to the Gogeta gets a boost. So basically you're activating this effect right away when it comes to this Gogeta. Is this a set? No, this set. You're activating this effect right away when it comes to Xeno and Gogeta, because the effect activates when you take less than 5,000. And these are way different sets, right? This is in the UNV set 1. And this is all the way in set 2. So like I said, you're gonna have to ship around when it comes to synergizing card. You're gonna have to read around, it's gonna take some patience, it's gonna take some time. but it's very rewarding when you do that. I've been trying to get this Xeno cell. I have the Gogeta. I want the Xeno cell. This is how I got the product, which I think is a, like I said, I can't talk about how much I love this product. I love this product so much. But yeah, man, that's why synergy does work well. It allows you to buff certain cards. Like I said, the only thing I don't like about this game is that I'm not able to see that mid match. But yeah, man, hopefully this video helped you guys out when it comes to thinking about your build. I know it's pretty long, it's like 20 minutes, but hopefully the video does help you out. And I will leave a link to a very good guide when it comes to this game by a community member named Goresh. I'll also leave you his Twitter links. He goes over Dragon Ball Heroes a lot. He also even does talk about Dokkan and Legends if you're into those two games also. And also, if you're into Dokkan, there's no reason why you shouldn't love Dragon Ball Heroes, because it kind of gets that same feeling. Plus, no microtransactions. All your gacha are for free. So if you get shafted, you know, you can just go out and get your tickets for free. But hopefully this video helped you guys. I know that reading the guide that I'm going to leave a link to helped me a lot. So hopefully that can help you guys also if you didn't understand some of the things I brought up in this video. But in the comment section, let me know if you picked up Dragon Ball Heroes. If you're looking to pick it up, I do feel like it's worth it for $60 if you're buying it for the Switch. And on PC, I'm pretty sure you'll like the CD keys. You can probably pick it up for like $40 or something like that. But if you are picking up for the Switch, let me know. I'm going to start leaving my ID number for my thing. I would love to play some of you guys in the game. I'm definitely going to start an online battle series very soon. But once again, hopefully I helped you guys out when it comes to deck building. Even my deck is not permanent. I'm constantly switching things in and out all the time. But yeah, man, it's been your boy Ziggy from Shonen Origins. If you're new here, please hit that sub button. If you enjoyed the video, please hit that like button. Peace, deuces, all above.